Hello and welcome to Biocode. In this video, we will see how we can utilize Ensemble database for BLAST or BLAT searching. BLAST or BLAT is, as you know, is a database searching tool that allows you to search within a particular database of biological database where you can search a particular sequence so that you can find its particular match. So in this video, we are going to utilize the in-house built BLAST or BLAT search tool that is provided by Ensemble. What it does is it is similar to BLAST utilized on Unipro or BLAST utilized on other databases. But in this scenario, what really happens is that BLAST utilizes the database of Ensemble and it does not utilize any other database, for example, NCBI, Uniprot, or PDB, whatever. It only utilizes the genome sequences it constitutes. So whatever genome sequences that are available within Ensemble, you can blast against that particular genome or set of species. So what we are going to do is we are going to search for Casp10 gene in various different polar bear species, and we are going to see if it actually exists within this gene. So all we really need to do is we need to select a particular sequence. So we can select up to 30 different sequences, and they should be of same type. For example, if you want to input 30 sequences, they all should be of DNA, or either they should be of protein, and they cannot be of vice versa. For example, that data set cannot be heterogeneous. You cannot input DNA and protein sequences at the same time. So then you have to select species. So I'm just going to select particular species set of, as I said earlier, we are going to see if Cas9 actually exists within different bears. Cas9 is basically a gene that actually acts against cancer. It inhibits the tumor genesis. It suppresses those epigenetic reprogramming that actually inhibits or suppresses tumor genesis. So let's see if it actually exists within within other species. So this is the species selector dialog. You will be able to select various species, for example, other vertebrates, other mammals, rodents, primates. So I'm just going to go to other mammals, then I'm going to go carnivores, and then I'm going to select American bear and black bear as well. Then let's select panda and polar bear. So let's select red fox as well. So after that, all you have to really do is apply. You can now go back to other options as well. You can select various species from other categories as well. You cannot it is not applicable so that you only have to select a particular species set. You can select different species sets from different divisions. You can't it is not really necessary to select a particular species set from a particular division. So let's just select a separate as one. Okay, so just apply and you will then see a particular species set within the search against dialog. Then this is the most I'm sorry, this is the most important factor. Either you have to select DNA database or you have to select protein database. In most cases you should select DNA database, considering that this is a genome database, so it is quite more likely to get more results out of the genome database. So then you have to select either genome sequence in its normal condition, or you can select the hard mask, soft mask region as well. Hard mask regions are those that are repeatedly have ends within their repeated regions, such as telomeric sequences, or they can be soft masked as well. Then we have cDNAs transcripts, ab initio cDNAs as well, and ensemble non-coding RNA. For example, you would like to see if a particular non-coding RNA exists within a particular species. What you would do is you would select this database and then you will go ahead with the BLAST. But since we are sure that this is not a non-coding RNA sequence, it is a particular gene sequence, where we are selecting genome sequence. Then we have to select the BLAST type, tBLASTX or BLASTN, and you would know by this time that what actually it means. Then, for example, if you are sure that the sequences that you are searching against or the species that you are searching against are distant homologs to the species that you actually have the sequence of. For example, our query is Homo sapiens, or from Homo sapiens, so we are somewhat sure that it is quite likely that they are not that distant homolog, but they are in a normal region, right? So if for example, if I were to search against bacterial species, then it would have been distant homologies, so I should have selected different homology. Otherwise normal is okay and near match is okay. In case, for example, let's suppose that we are searching against a chimpanzee or whatever species comes next to Homo sapiens, then we will select near match because it is the most related species to our query. So we am just going to let it be normal, and then we have to select options, for example, whatever hits that we want. uh, Keep in mind, as many as species that you select, you will receive that amount of results from that particular species. So now we will get 600 different results from 100 from each species, but I'm just going to make it 10 so that we only receive 10 different results. Then you can set up the maximum e value. Let it be at default parameters if you have a uh, if you have a concrete reason to change them. Otherwise it is not necessary. So after that, just click on run. It will take some time to actually to receive the results. So I actually ran these results earlier, so I'm just going to analyze them for you. This is what you will see once the process actually finishes. This is what you will see. I actually ran it against 4 different species, so each species will have its own job: job 1, job 2, job 3, job 4. And then to review the results, just click on view results, and then you will be taken to their results. So this is what it will actually look like. These are the results from American black bear, and the scientific name is provided, job name is provided. Job is basically the same sequence name that you provide, since we provided Homo sapiens species, Homo sapiens mRNA sequence. So that this name is actually being shown as a job name. Anyways, so you can download this result file. You can download it. Just click on download result file, and then the text file will be downloaded onto your computer, and will be basically a tabular format, and then you can analyze it in further, as you can see. So it also contains different alignments, but we don't need to see them right now. Anyways, so what we have is we have a tabular representation. As you can see, we have actually discovered that it contains Cas10 genes. This species actually contains Cas10 genes, but it is actually providing a result in a different manner as compared to BLAST on NCBI or BLAST on other databases. It is providing subregions of Cas10. Wherever it found those subregions, it is actually saying that okay, this is a Cas10 as well, this is Cas10 as well, this is Cas10 as well. So we have a length as well, we have a score as well, we have e-value as well, and the ID is provided as well. So all of them belong to the same gene, all of these regions except Cas10. So if we click on this region, we will be taken to the direct location on the chromosome of this American black bear, and it will have more information for us, and we will be able to understand it in a more graphical manner. So as you can see, this red box that you see over here, this red box, red line, you can say, it is saying that okay, the alignment that we clicked on, this alignment is actually present over here, right? So that means it is within the region of Cas10. So if we click on some other region as well, we will actually see it being represented in the same region, but a different region, but in the same context, and it should be within Cas10 as well. There we go, as you can see. So it is quite evident now that both of these sequences are belonging to the same Cas10 gene, but they are different. You can say them they are exons, you can say, but they should not be exons because this gene also contains introns as well. So this is the representation of the gene of the BLAST results. You can see that our job is being represented over here. So this is how you do location analysis on the particular BLAST search. But if you would like to review the entire overlapping gene, that actually it is actually displaying in overlapping genes. So whatever overlapping gene actually comes within your query, within the region of your query, it will display the names, which is more meaningful as compared to NCBI BLAST or other BLAST, because it tells you exactly if it is a meaningful result. It is telling you that we have received a result that actually belongs to the same gene or some other gene. it it is more meaningful. Otherwise we will not be able to understand if we are just being presented with a genomic location. Okay, I found a match here, I found a match here. It is actually telling you that I found the match in this gene region, and if this is what you're looking for, then what more good could be. So anyways, you can download this result as well. Just hover over this Excel logo and you can download the whole table of what you see. You can also add more columns as well by going to show query name, query ORI as well. So orientation is provided. So if we go back to our initial response, we can open this gene as well. Since it is a hyperlink, we can just click on that and it will be we will be taken to the page of this particular gene of American bear, and then we can analyze it more, as you can see. So it is quite fairly same. Now you can also see that our job is being mentioned over here as well. You can see no job, Homo sapiens